Alright, what's up guys? Today I'll be talking about how to reset your life using self-improvement. I know sometimes we all tend to make certain mistakes and we kind of get off of self-improvement and we kind of get off of like doing it too much because we're just busy living life, right? And that's understandable. But I don't see too many YouTubers nowadays trying to make tutorials or how-tos on how to get back on self-improvement. But my goal with this video is to really try to help you get back into the rhythm of things, right? And really that's what it is. Once you started, it's easy to keep going through with it, but the first step is the hardest step always. Getting into the rhythm is the hardest, but once you're in the rhythm, it becomes kind of easy. You know what I mean? So the first way I would tell you to try to get back into things is to eat healthy and work out. Focus on these two things initially. You maybe relapsed on something or you got off of it because you were at a vacation or some shit and you don't know how to get back on. What I would tell you is to eat healthy and work out. Just focus on those two. Focus on keeping your diet as clean as possible, right? Eating the right things. Doesn't matter what your diet is, just stick to the diet. My philosophy is always that any diet really works. It's just you gotta put your mind to it and you gotta just stick to it. And no diet is really easy. You're gonna hate every diet. There's a reason you're on it. If it was easy, everyone would be doing it. So stay on your diet and then work out. Train as hard as you can. What I started doing, right? I used to just do upper lower split and then just go home. Upper lower break, upper lower break. I used to be my split. But now I do upper lower, and after each session I do 20 minutes Stairmaster. I'm gonna increase it to 30 minutes and 40 minutes and then just keep increasing like that. It's not because I need to do cardio, right? It's because it's an endurance thing. It's like, how long is your mind gonna keep going up the next step and next step, right? It's more of a mental thing that I do it for. And when I do that, I train hard and I feel good at the end of the day. I might have some leg pain, right? At the end of the day, it's for good causes. No pain, no gain. The whole concept of working out is to tear your muscles, basically. Micro tear your muscles so that it rebuilds stronger, so that you have bigger muscles, you know? It gets used to the training and the pushing and the pulling and doing the Stairmaster and stuff, right? It doesn't have to be Stairmaster, but make sure that your training is hard. When it's hard, your mentality kind of just laser focuses in and you kind of develop this, okay, I gotta get back into the swing of things. Another important part when you're coming back is to develop the skill of saying no to your urges. This is arguably the hardest thing that you're ever gonna do. We're programmed so much by technology to just say yes to everything, to just give in to everything, that we don't even realize that half of the shit is not things we want to do. When you feel the urge, you just say no. There's really no other way. There's no tips I could give you on this, right? It's just you have to learn to build up the habit of saying no, right? It has to happen multiple times. You can't just say no once and then call it a day, and then next time you're like, oh, I said no once. So you gotta keep saying no. You gotta keep resisting your urges. If you have a porn addiction, for example, right? Resist the urge to even look at porn. That's your first step. Resist the urge to feel bored. You're physically typing in the websites or typing in what you want to watch, and you're physically doing that to yourself. No one's making you do it. No one's putting this mentality in you. It's all something you've built with years and years of doing it, or months and months, you know. So develop the urge to do the opposite of saying no. Another thing that you need to understand is you shouldn't give yourself excuses. You can't be oh, I just ate the big lunch so I can't work out, or I just did so I can't work out, or I just did this so I can't do this. You can't let yourself give yourself excuses, because you're the only one that's going to keep yourself accountable. I can't hold your hand through this whole thing and be you gotta do this, you gotta do that. Every man's struggle comes down to them. There's no feeding or holding your hand or doing any of that type of stuff. You gotta learn to do all of this yourself. And the main part you give yourself excuses in is oh shit, I had a long day, so let me do this, right? Let me go on this website, and then develop a stronger mind. I don't get how you guys resist the urge to develop a stronger mind. I don't get how it doesn't get in your head that you want to be better, that you want to do more, that you don't want to disappoint your parents, your ancestors. Just do the best you can. Just always try to be 1% better. Fuck 1%. Try to be 10% better. You know, I'm not telling you to shoot for the stars, but see how much you could improve in a day and aim towards that. You can't just blindly just waste your life doing nothing, right? I'm not telling you go out tomorrow and get $100 million. That's not what I'm telling you. I'm telling you to simply just put your mind to a goal that you have and stay dedicated to that goal, no matter what the goal is. Because what really do we have other than that in life, right? You could go do whatever you're doing on your website late at night. You could go to 10 different girls. You could go like do all of this shit, but none of that really matters at the end of the day. It's a consciousness that we're living in, right? And we want to pass this on to our kids. That's what we're really living for. Everything you're experiencing so that you could pass it to your kids. Not because you have to do it or you have to do this and you have to do that, right? And that's why I say you got to journal and meditate. When you journal and meditate, you're going to naturally think of these things. You're going to be more inclined to better yourself. You're going to be more inclined to do the best you can do because you're journaling about it. You're writing down your thoughts. When your thoughts are on paper, you're looking at it. And meditating is forcing yourself to be alone with yourself. Just try meditating out in public. No audio, no nothing. Just close your eyes. And close your eyes for however long you can. I promise you when you open your eyes, it's going to be only like 3 or 5 minutes past. You're not. That's how slow time goes when you don't distract yourself. So you guys need to want to put in the work. I can't hold your hand. At least you had the like clarity of saying like I need to get back on self-improvement. Of course have your fun. Of course go out and eat with your friends. Self-improvement doesn't have to be this whole boring thing, right? Self-improvement is more like it's adding on to your life, right? But you guys are subtracting. That's where the issue is. You can't expect to add to your life when you're subtracting the whole time, right? Then you're not really adding, you're just taking away, right? So you need to really develop these skills. You need to want to do it yourself. You need to be motivated. Fuck motivation. You need to have the discipline. Just get up and go do this. When I tell you this, you're going to be motivated. But the next 2 days after, you're going to be lonely as shit. Or you're going to go back into what you're doing, right? And you're going to give into your urges. Remember what I'm saying right now when you try to give back like into your urges. Remember what I'm saying. Alright? Let me be the voice in your head that's telling you you're being a lame. You're being a bozo, basically. Right? Let me be that voice in your head. Because when you have that accountability, that voice really keeps you in check. Always listen to that tiny voice in your head that's telling you this is bad. Because it's keeping you in check. I guess you gotta want this. You gotta want this. You got one life. You gotta want this, bro. Alright? When you're thinking of all this stupid shit that you're gonna do, just think about I need to get colder. That's what I tell myself. I need to get colder. Shout out Steph, it's cold. I always tell myself I need to get colder. That's my goal. That's my main objective. Why do I need to get colder? And it's not cold-hearted. It's like colder as in like cool, like, you know, like this is that guy. Like I need to become that guy. And why? Why do I need to do it? It's for my kids. It's for my son. It's for my daughter. Right? So that they can have the best life. So that they can have the best father possible. Right? So that when they go through these things, I could help them. Or they won't even go through these things because I'm there to guide them. Right? Put yourself through hell so that your family doesn't suffer. Right? And that's not a bad thing. Like, you guys need to stop pitying yourself so much. Just focus on being the best you. Focus on becoming colder. Alright, you guys gotta want this. It's all on you.